All right. Hello, everyone. Let's start our game development lesson today. And there is our fifth day, and they will be a really practical day. So you will get a lot of practice from our teacher today. I will introduce to him, I will introduce him in a couple minutes. So just let me to remind about our school. Our school, Black Screen AI, was founded in 2016 in California, and the project of the IT school program in Silicon Valley this is a project of the IT school of programming in Silicon Valley for English-speaking students, instructors, and assistant working companies in the USA, Canada, and Europe. And programs are developed considering the requirements and processes of IT corporations and startups. And students undergo internships on commercial projects, and we help students to reach employment. There you can see our pictures from our offline meetings. As I mentioned before, our school was founded in California in 2016 in Silicon Valley. And since then, we had a bunch of meetings with our students. In our YouTube channel, you can find a lot of our graduates' reviews. So just follow Black Screen AI, the link, and you will find a lot of our testimonials. And of course, let me remind you, if there is your first day in our webinar, that our graduates have been hired by a bunch of famous companies, as you can see on the screen, such as Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple, Tesla, Uber, and a lot of others. Today, we are going to have hands-on create a horror game. I think that is the most exciting lesson from this week. So, and game dev Unity. Why you need to choose game dev in Black Screen IT School? There is 100% live classes, not records, a lot of practice, and the best instructor. All of them have relevant experience and work at game dev in IT companies in USA. As a result, you will get the knowledges about strong command of C# and its basic constructors. You'll understand the principles of game programming and you'll create your own games on Unity using the C# programming language, and you will be able to create and customize graphical interface elements. You will impart processing skills and display of results on the screen. You'll understand the principles of code organization and structuring, as well as the methodology of developing software projects. And Unity 3D is one of the most used game engines in the world. It is also used to create virtual reality. So you will bring your first 2D or 3D game to life and make it playable across multiple devices. Shape immersive worlds by designing interactive scenes and dynamic environments. Deepen your understanding of game elements from 2D, 3D objects to shaders and their intricate properties. Harness the power of the game engine, leveraging key components to influence object behavior. Master time control, using time-based functions to create smooth and engaging gameplay. You'll breathe life into your game objects, empower player actions, craft an intuitive GUI, fine-tune physics interaction, launch your game to the world. I think that it sounds so exciting. So this is for beginners. No prior coding experience is necessary. Even teenagers can join this course if, for example, you or your kids are 15, like 15 plus. There's also a great opportunity to join our game devs classes and start being game developer. So start of the course on March 17th on Monday, and the price for the course $3,999 for 16 weeks course. So you will also can make one payment or installment payments, like using services of Firm or Klarna. So you can start learning today and pay later. There is you can see our program, and while are you joining, you can also share your where you from and the level of your experience. Are you beginners or are you already experienced IT programmer? So you can tell us more about yourself, right into our chat. There is you will have 16 weeks of our course, and you can see or make screen of this our curriculum, our program, and what you'll find out during the course. And we prepared an invitation discount to the game dev course, especially for all attenders of today's lesson. So the price will be, instead of $3,999, it will be $3,399. So this price is available until the end of our free lesson. So you can scan and to pay $47 just to secure your lowest price that you can find today. And then let's go and let me introduce our instructor for today. This is Andrei Pryatkin, Unity experience of 8 years, work with companies like Wargaming, the Epic Labs, Parallax AV Design, and current job he's currently working in reaction simulation. As I said before, our instructors, our teacher, they are experienced. They not just only your teachers, they also practicing all the time. They're working in real companies. And Game Dev Unity course for beginners, Andrei, he's instructor at Black Screen IT School. And let Andrei tell us the last.
I think here I will take over the rights to speak on this presentation. So hello everyone, my name is Andrei Pryatkin, but you can call me Andrew. Today I will be your guide through this awesome webinar, and we will create games with Unity together. So yes, it's the place where I am working right now. It's a reaction simulation. We are using Unity on each day basis. We are training pilots to be a pilot. We are training them on our simulator. So yeah, I will tell and show how it looks in the future slides. So can we go on next slide? So as I mentioned, I worked at companies as Wargaming, the Epic Labs, Parallax AV Design, and Reaction Simulation. So two of those companies, it's companies from the United States, Parallax AV Design based on Manhattan, and Reaction Simulation based in Florida, where I am right now. So we'll go next slide. So I earned my bachelor's degree in computer science from Moscow University, but my true passion is always been games. Playing them, breaking them, and mostly importantly, creating them. So we will go on the next slide and we will overview all the projects that I created, and I think it deserves your attention most closely. It's a food fantasy cat merge game. It's a puzzle game. in which the player has to stack identical objects, create new type of food for cats, and using such chains to earn points. So here we'll earn points by completing tasks, and we'll go on next level. We will obtain new characters and for sure more tasks. So let's go on another slide. And this one, I guess it's most thrilled one will be for you. It's a Project Dead Hand School Horror Game. We also have that QR code on this presentation, on this slide. You can check this out, download it for your Android device. So it's a horror quest in which you need to explore a gloomy school location, find objects that help you interact with your surroundings, mainly with the safe. We have 2 levels in that game, and I will show you today, for sure, I will show you how to create that type of games, horrors. So we will go on next slide, and it's another project from my the Epic Labs experience. So it's the Treasure Factory Item Digger. So it's a business simulator of an empire mining and selling precious stones. So the gameplay involves upgrading the factory to find more expensive types of stones and perform various tasks for their extraction and sale. So we will go on the next slide. And currently I am involved in developing pilot response simulator. It's Boeing 737 training system. So pilots are using iPads or headsets of virtual reality, and they are learning how to use the aircraft Boeing 737, and right now we are developing Boeing 767 version with another company. So it's everything that you can see on your screens on that presentation. It's kind of exciting. I very like to work with my current company. So let's go on this next slide. So this is the best horror games that I know. I chose Outlast because of the very, very good environment, very good development. Screamers, we have the smart screamers there, not something very stupid as in modern horror games, easy horror games, whatever. Also, I must admire that Resident Evil series deserve your attention. Penumbra, one of the very, very good franchises in the horror game industry. For sure, Phasmophobia, if you are liking to cooperate with another players. And perhaps best horror that I ever seen, it's PT. Actually, it's like something like introduction. It must be an introduction to new remake of the Silent Hill, like with Hideo Kojima in the head of the studio, but unfortunately it was cancelled. So unfortunately, but I am sure that we will create our own PT game and even better game. So let's go on the second slide, on next slide. What should be 100% in horror from the game design side? So as I said, it should be tense atmosphere, unpredictability, sense of chase, for sure smart screamers. Smart screamers are very, very, very important. So let's go on the next slide. And we will talk about Unity's story because it's very, very important right now, because Unity's story starts in 2004 in small Copenhagen apartment, where three visionaries, Nicholas, Francis, Joachim Ante, and David Helgeson, came together with a shared dream. They envisioned a game engine that would democratize game development, making it accessible to creators everywhere. So their collaboration led to the birth of Unity, which they introduced to the world in 2005 at Apple Worldwide Developers Conference as a Mac OS X game engine. It's very, very interesting part of the story. To be honest, before our today lesson, I didn't know that it was the Mac OS X game engine from the very beginning. But it's a very remarkable page of their history. So, and I guess on the next slide, we will start something like a tutorial. I can tell tutorial where we will create Unity game, and it will be something like 30 minutes tutorial, but I will hope it will not capture more minutes of your precious time. So right now I will take over the host capabilities, and I will share my screen just in a second. So here we go. Yeah, I hope everyone can see my screen. Please tell me if you are not.
Yeah, we see your screen.
Okay, so I will definitely provide more information about the current kit, because we will not use, so it's very hard to start in Unity from the blank space, from the blank screen, from the blank project. So I will share materials, but for sure you should not, you can keep watching this stream, because you will repeat all of my actions like after our lesson, because I will briefly show you what the capabilities, what the other things that you should know about Unity, and after you can reproduce all my steps. You can start downloading it right now, because it's 3 gigabytes. It's a little bit more than I expect, because we are creating game for a PC. We will on this lesson. So here we have this very good scene that, and it's not scary at all. I can say because we have this all of that icons here, but we will start with a familiarizing with Unity interface. So on the left side we have a hierarchy. It's a list of all objects that persist on scene. On the bottom side, we have project folder. It's a folder, it's a panel that will provide for you access to project files. And I included these 4 folders: asset store, where I hold all of the asset stores Unity packages that I downloaded from asset store, a little bit adapted it a little bit, and I will provide it for you in that package that we will download. You will need just to open your Unity project. You will create it. And you will click twice on the Unity package, and it will ask you to import it to your project. So it's very, very easy. We have prefabs folder, but let's just end with our interface presentation of the Unity, if someone are not familiar with it. We have world object we have a right side, it's inspector. For sure, this side, it can be a little bit different for any other users and on your PC, because it's very custom. You can customize everything that you want, but I am used to that layout. We have an inspector panel on the right side, and here we will have all the components and all the details that you should know about object that you will choose in hierarchy. So position, rotation, scale, and each component. So you will be more familiar with Unity interface when you will look at my actions. And for sure, I hope after this webinar, you will repeat it. So here we have the scene panel, and for sure, as you've seen at the start of our lesson, you can just navigate through the scene. We have many options here. We can choose the unlit option, where we can navigate through scene without seeing darkness, because in horrors it's very important to see darkness, but for editor purposes, when we are started to edit scene, it can be very uncomfortable to use the lit type of the scene, because shadows is very important for players, but not for creators. So we will use unlit type of the shader drawing mode. You can find it like right here. I guess, and I hope it will be similar to any of you. And I will remind you that I am developing this game on Unity version 6, like 6036 F1, but you can have any kind of other application version, like Unity 5, Unity, because today we will cover very basic stuff. And as we will move forward, we will need to use more capabilities of newer versions. So I will recommend you to install Unity 6 after our lesson, if you will decide to continue your journey with me to develop your horror game. And I chose this room as a starting location of our character, and for sure it will be right in front of this table. I don't know why, but I guess it looks very good. That's why I chose this table. And we will start with creating a character. I have a character here. It's already created. We have in the Unity world, we have prefabs. Prefabs, it's something like templates that you can create for your games. For example, if you have a very big, very large amount of trees on the scene, you can create a prefab. And after you decide to little bit change your model, but you placed a very large amount of trees on the scene, and you don't want to go for each object and change some kind of details to that object. And here we will so prefab system will help us, because we can change it inside the prefab, and it will change everywhere on the scene. We can see this prefab mode here. So yeah, I will start with that, and I will place our prefab here. And I will describe it a little bit to not be so confusing with this prefab. You will get it with my horror Unity kit that I provide the link in the chat. You can check this out right now if you are not. So here we have an empty, right now it's not empty already, player game object. I add here a character controller and rigid body. Character controller will help us to move our player. and rotate him, move him through the 3D space, and player script. Player script, it's very good script where you can see a few lines of code, but magic is hidden here. So I will describe it a little bit more in the future for sure. But I will end with describing my prefab. Here we have body. As you see, it's a just 3D object that have mesh filter and mesh renderer. So for sure we can replace it with a cube, with a cylinder, with everything that we want. For example, we will stick with a cylinder because it's not stretched, and we can use cylinder as our player. It doesn't matter. So in the future game, we'll just replace it with your favorite character that we will find out in our full experience lessons. For sure. Here we have camera. It's something like eyes for our player. So we will use these eyes to show everything to you. So you can see that where I will rotate it, our game panel will be instantly changed, because our game scene, like game panel, it's using the camera as output. So you can see here how it affects and how you can manipulate with the camera. But our camera, you should not do that, because our camera will be manipulated through the script. So I will guide you for that a little bit in the future. And for sure, I already have this object like flashlight, and today I will present to you everything that the script will do. And for sure, we will connect flashlight. We will connect the sprint function, and for sure, we will create, I guess, some enemies, even in that horror game. So I placed this player prefab here, and right now, I think it should be enough to start our game. So here we can press play. Yeah, and it's enough to start game and walking around. For sure, you can see that it's not so perfect, because you see on my screen that I have this cursor, and it's very bad, and nobody understand how to avoid this. No, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. We will get rid of the cursor that will cover your screen. So here we have a very good environment. As I already mentioned, it's this Unity package that I prepared for you. You can find it in the chat. And we will develop the modifier for player. So we will go forward, and again, we will open this player script. For sure, you can use Visual Studio Community for editing scripts, but I am more excited about Rider by a company JetBrains, because it's very easy for Unity, and it has involved things to like it's have something like package that was created, and it's more related to Unity development experience. Rider, I guess it's the best. Rider can provide you the best experience. So it will be nice if you have this Rider. If you have it, it will be awesome. And for sure, as I guess more experienced advanced users know, they didn't provide a free license, but few weeks ago they started to provide free non-commercial license, so you can just download it, install it, and register, and everything will work for you without paying any kind of money. So here we have variables, camera, and character controller that I already showed for you here. Player script, it's here. And here we have character controller and rigid body. So rigid body will represent our player in 3D space, it will calculate all the physics that you should have in your game. And character controller, it's a component that will persist on player all the time, and will manipulate with the character through this script. So here I define it. So I wrote these 2 lines, but I should tell you more about monobehavior lifecycle. So monobehavior lifecycle, it's lifecycle of Unity game objects. It can be really complicated, but I will try to explain it to you in just briefly few words. We have a start function. So start is called once before the first execution of update after the mono behavior is created. It's everything that you should know by this time. And we have update function, update method that is called once per frame. So it's very important. It's very important. And here we have the fixed update. Fixed update, it's a function or method. You can call it like as you want. Fixed update will Unity is calling fixed update for physics. For physics, for calculation, for everything. For example, here we have movement in fixed update because it's very crucial to have it in a fixed update because Unity updates physics little bit less than update at all. So update will update the logic, but if we'll calculate something that will include physics, we should use a fixed update because to avoid that behavior that we will passing through the walls, because for example, update was executed 3 times and it moved us to the wall, but physics was calculated only once, so and it pushed us back. So here I explain it to you as easy as I can. And we have this serialized field speed. So serialized field means that it will display it in our inspector. So you should just enter this serialized field, and we can see this one variable here in an inspector. So speed, I already include that, but we should consider it in our movement because speed is mostly about the movement. But first of all, when we already ended with the description of the player script, so I will move forward and I will get rid of cursor because it's very annoying when you are playing, as you saw previously, and cursor moving all across your screen. We don't need that. So we have this very, very, very good and easy script. So here in update, we will ask application, is it in focused? So if we are in the game and we are manipulating with the game objects or whatever, playing the game, application is focused for sure. So we will set cursor lock state to locked, and it will help us to avoid that things with a cursor. But else, if we are not focused, we will just use cursor lock mode as none. and it will help us release the cursor if we will, for example, press escape, and we will want to debug a game or whatever. So we will create here empty game object. I pressed right button here on hierarchy, and we can create empty game object, and we will call it game logic. We'll call it game logic, and we will attach component that is named cursor catch. And that's all. That's all. If we will start the game, we will get rid of that cursor. As you see, it's very, very helpful, and it's much better rather than seeing cursor that will move all across your computer when you're playing the game. It's very crucial because your players will not understand you at all if you will miss that function. So today we will create, and for sure, if you are very confused right now, seeing all of that scripts, all of that types of text, and you cannot understand anything, it's not a problem, because in our full course we will describe everything. We will involve C# parts into Unity parts, and you will understand the programming language while we will create the game together, and I think it's not a problem at all. So bear with me. I will do some kind of very easy stuff today. So it will be for sure speed. We will use speed, but also we will use light. So I will create serialized field here, and I will create light. And I will call it flashlight. Flashlight, it's very basic name. And for sure, you can see the change. I already typed it. It started to update. And here, now we can see flashlight. So it's already remember my choice, because I experiment a little bit with that. It's already see my flashlight here, but it should not. It's actually will show it for you like this, known light. So you can just assign light from your scene, but for sure it will belong to camera in all the cases, because you need to flashlight to forward your flow to follow your camera. So we will just drag and drop flashlight right here. And for sure, our speed, we didn't connect our speed yet, and now we will connect it. Here we can see the camera values. It's for camera to read mouse X-axis and mouse Y-axis. So that's why we have that movement of where we will control the camera very easily. So here we are using this method, rotate around, and we are using the point of transform position. It's our player itself. So we will rotate camera around our player. It's very easy. Don't worry if you are not understand it right now, because my goal not to provide you full knowledge. My goal is not covering all the programming part in one lesson, for sure. So don't be confused. Axis, we are using up, and we are using this value mouse X. So our X will rotate around our camera by X axis, but actually by Y axis. So we will use and we will change Y value here. So yeah, after each change, it will load. So here you see in the inspector that we have position, rotation, and scale. In rotation, we will change Y variable, and for sure we'll just move your head to left side to right side based on the mouse X value. So, and here we will use a mouse Y axis to move your head in X axis by rotation. So we will use it like this. It's very easy. It's very easy. You should not know everything about programming. So and you already have that script in the kit, so you can look at that more closely. And for sure, as I see, I already implemented the speed. So this horizontal, it's fixed update, it's movement of our player with WASD buttons, like keys on your keyboard. So it will read your axis by horizontal. Horizontal, it's A and D, or left arrow, right arrow, and will multiply it by speed. So it will read, for example, if you will press on D button, it will show you 1. If you will release it, it will slowly return it back from 1 to 0. Like 1, 0.5, then 0. So it will be smooth. And vertical axis, we are using it for getting access to two buttons W and S. It's a vertical because it's up, up and down. And we will multiply it by speed. And for sure, we will use come forward direction. It's a direction of the transform of the camera. We will cover that topic in our lessons for sure, because it's direction, it's vector math, and it's very important to create your own game. So camera forward, here we are setting y-axis to 0 because it will create for your camera some weird movements. Again, don't be scared. Everything you will understand everything when we will move forward. Here we have movement, and we are using transform right and multiplied by horizontal. So transform right, camera forward, it's only directions. It's only directions, and we will understand in which direction we will go. So we will multiply it by horizontal axis, and for sure we will increment movement by cam forward multiplied by vertical. So in this case, we will get this movement up and down. And for sure, we will use gravity force. We'll use gravity force because we need our player to be very how to say it, stick with the ground. Stick with the ground. So we'll include this one in our engine, like in our player controller, and we will move him to the ground. So here we have gravity force. So it will be we have this direction up. We don't have direction down, so I'm using the negative value of up, so it's obvious that it will be down, and we will multiply it by gravity constant. It's 9.8, and for sure we'll increment movement by our gravity force. Here we have everything that we need because we are using mouse Y, mouse X, horizontal and vertical. And in next row, we will just move the controller by this movement value that we already increased in previous steps, and we will multiply it by delta time. Delta time means that we will consider flow of time, because in modern gaming development, we should use multiplying by delta time because it's very related to computer of the person. For example, your friend, you have very powerful PC, and it can run 200 frames per second, like my computer right now. We can check it right here. If we will press play, we will go to the game, and here we will see almost 200, right now it's 200 FPS here. You can see it. But for example, you have a very weak mobile device, because we can easily port this game to mobile device. And for sure, it will show you less frames per second. So, sorry. In this case, we will multiply it by time.delta time, because we will relate more closely to flow of the time, because we will link it to the time between those frames. So time delta time represents interval in seconds from the last frame to the current one. So here it will help you make your game same on different devices. So it's must have. It's must have for sure. We will cover this topic in full lessons, our full experience of the lessons. It's everything that you should know, and we will include these flashlight functions in our script. So let's add it to the update, because it's not so really related to the physics. We'll just use this var flash f key. Let's just call it f key. F key equal to input for sure. Nah, not this input. Input get key. It's already suggest me different code. Key code, and we will use F. Yes, it will suggest me F. And here we'll access the values. But I guess we should use get key down, because it's very important for us to receive the event of that this key was pressed in this frame, because get key will return us, if we'll hold it, it will be always true and whatever. So we don't need this for sure. And next I will create comment flashlight. And here we already get the Boolean, like true or false, for our F key. And for sure, if F key was pressed, here we will enable the flashlight object, because right now, as you see, flashlight is disabled. Here, we will turn it on like this. So you see the difference for sure. You see the difference between turning it on and turning it off. So we will do it through the code, because nobody will do it on the runtime in the editor. So here we will mention if F key, we can write it equal to true, but nobody did it like actually, because we can remove that, because if something, it's already checking it by true or false. In this case, by true for sure. And here we will set flashlight enabled to true. We can do that, but we will, as I remember, it's okay. Then yes, we can do that, but we will not do it by true, because rather trying to confuse us even more. We'll equal it to negative value of negative current value. So we will have this behavior when we will press on F button, and it will turn on and then turn off. So everything that we will desire. So I will save it. And for sure, I will press play. And here on pressing F, we don't have it because we're setting it to component. And as I remember, I just did it. It's for sure it will work if I will turn on this and turn off this, but it's very related to components. Let's start again. Yeah. as you see, it will work. It will work, and it will help us to move forward more and more in our adventure, and we'll see more details. So this how it will looks without flashlight, but with flashlight we can use it very easy and see everything that we have in that scene. So yes, and as you see, we are moving very slow, very slow. I think we will stick with different approach. We will not turn on and turn off components, but because in my practice, some of the junior programmers forget that they are calling the components instead of the game objects, and it's a very big problem in the world of junior. So we will just replace it with the game object set active, and for sure we will use the here game object active self. For sure it will be negative. So like this it will also work, but we will turn on this component, and we will turn off this game object. So you will find out that right now, as you see on the left side, flashlight is gray because we are turned off this game object. But on pressing F, we will turn on this game object. So it will be very helpful in the case when your game object contain few components and you want to disable all of them by one command. So it will be really helpful. Just trust me. And for sure, many of you find out that we're moving very slow. We can change it to 5, for example, and go really fast, almost running. But for sure, we will not use that because it's not the case in horror games. We will use very smart way. We will use modifier. We will create sprint right now with you. Right now, if you will press left shift, it will not execute any of code for sure. But right now, I will just copy that script and I will include this speed modifier. And okay, not speed. We can leave it speed, but we can call it sprint modifier, whatever. So here we will have, well, for example, as I remember, it was really good with 3. Here I setting the default values. So it will be new value like speed modifier, and I set it to 3. So here we will see that it will add it with 3 value. For sure, it will be not always 3. You can choose it for change it to 100, but it will stay the same in the script, and it will be equal to 3. So we will stick with it. We'll use 3 for sure. And for sure, we only created this variable. We need to connect it to the game itself. And we will connect it here. We will connect it here in fixed update with the movement script. After our movement, after gravity force, whatever. So we will for sure. We can add it here, but I think, yes, here. We'll add it here because we will not increase the gravity force with our manipulation. We just want to modify the values that we already have by now. But okay, then we will just multiply this one. I guess it will be the best practice to modify this one by speed modifier. And it will reflect on in the game, it will change the speed of the player. So we will get access. We will multiply it by speed and multiply it by speed modifier, and we can move with speed modifier. But right now, in this case, it will work as usual. So it will just multiply speed. As you see, I will show you. You will move always with that speed for sure, because we are include this one in our script. So here we're already moving faster, and our pressing on left shift doesn't change anything at all. So here, for this purpose, I remember why I chose, and I have that little bit stuck here, because it will be very useful if we'll just multiply movement by this only with one line, because we need to include condition to the script. So here we will use if input this one input get key, whatever, it suggests a space, but we need to use left shift. So if we will press on left shift, and we will use get key, it's very important, get key, not the get key down, because as you remember, I mentioned it before, that if we will use get key down, it will capture only when you will press on key, not the persistent holding of that key. So it's very important. It's very important. So here, get key. So if this key was pressed, we will use an increment movement by speed modifier. So our rider, our precious rider, already suggests this correct change. And for sure, it will implement it in the game. So we'll press start. We'll see everything here, and we are moving very slow. But if we will press shift, we will move forward faster. We will move faster, and we will discover the level. But for sure, we cannot press shift too long. For sure, we should implement the whatever. It's a chair for our dear monsters. We'll implement it. Sprint stamina ability that it will decrease, and you cannot run after a few seconds. We'll make it also available here. But from this perspective, I see that we already have the very great base, and as you saw, we are not tired to write some scripts. We are fresh, and we are ready to write some more lines, and for sure we can discover all the corners of this scene. But first of all, to create a very good atmosphere, we should actually we can do it two ways. I just want to add audio clip that I prepared before, like in this kit. For sure, you already have this audio clip in this kit. But for you, I think it will be very easy to create it. Like right click here, audio, you will choose audio source, and here you can choose audio resource. So we will use, for example, slow deep, ambient slow deep, sounds deep. Okay, let's use it like this, and it will be very, very, very loud. So we'll set it to 30.34. And already how you can hear it, I hope that you can hear the game sound. I don't know how it works. in Zoom, but I hope you can hear it. It will play the sound of the this audio clip, and for sure we can turn it off by pressing this one, this button in the editor, and for sure it will 2D sound, as you see here by spatial blend. We can make it 3D and place it on a scene because all of that objects have representation in the 3D space, and we can move it, we can manipulate with them, whatever. But we right now we will have 2D sound because will be music, like something like music, ambient sound of our game. So we will not move it. We will not have any 3D space. We will just leave it as 2D, and that's all. And you need to remember, if you want to loop same clip over and over, and I guess with ambient sounds of the game, it's very important to loop it, or maybe wrote a script, like you will write a script in the future for sure for different types. You will write something like audio manager, maybe a music manager that will pick any kind of other random audio clips. But for now, we will use loop function, like loop checkbox, and it will, after this audio resource will end playing, we will start it again. So we will have this loop with ambient sound. So and for sure, I guess right now we will create something like menu of the game, because it's not enough for us to have only that type of the environment where when we will put player momentarily inside the gaming process, because he will press on the play and he will he will start here. It's not so good. So here we will start with completely undiscovered stage, and for sure we can have some kind of difficulties inside this process, but for sure I will create right now a scene. So file, new scene, a basic URP scene, universal render pipeline. We'll use it like this. And yeah, it's very important for you, when you will create your own project, you should create a universal render pipeline project. For sure. I think our assistant will mention it when he will put this one in downloadable section after our lesson. And for sure, Unity, it's not only 3D, not only 3D environment, it's also 2D environment. So we can choose 3D and 2D here in the scene panel, and easily change from 3D to 2D. So here I should place canvas. So we will UI, then you will place canvas, and for sure here you will see if I will place any kind of object here, like it will be UI object, like this image, you will see that image in front of you. And we can move it, or whatever. And for this particular project, we will use Text Mesh Pro. It's already included to the basic Unity engine, but when you will start create object, it will suggest you to import Text Mesh Pro Essentials. It's a package for text and examples and extracts. So you will just press on those buttons like I did, and for sure reload whatever that TMP wants, and we can get access to very beautiful text. So here we will have background for sure. We'll use it black, and for sure you can manipulate with the order of game objects on the scene in hierarchy, like this or like this. So yes, we will learn it after, like in our full course. We'll learn all of that manipulation with the UI. So I will make some kind of movements, and you can look at it, but for sure we will do everything in our full course. It's kind of a scalar will help us to scale game right. We will delete this one. We will create the button here, and we will call it. We'll name it play. We'll use black. We will increase the font size of this button. And for sure it should be like this in left corner. And for sure we will include here button for settings. Button for settings. We will call it settings. Settings. And we'll use that one to decrease the font size, because nobody wants to start the game with settings. So we'll highlight the play. We'll make it bold. Here we have play button. Play button. Here we'll rename it to settings button. And for sure, we will create a new game object, and we will place the script here, UI system or UI manager, or let's call it just manager. Manager. It's a good name for a very good object. So here in the manager, we will create new script. So to create new script, you should press on add component, and you can freely type your name of the component, and it will suggest you to create new one if you don't have that one in a scene. So here we will. I already see my mistake here. Manager. Oh my God, manager. Don't forget to press Enter key. So, and here we will, I will call it scene manager. We'll press on new script, press add here. And we'll open this script. And we'll create one public variable that will load our second scene. So load scene, we don't need, actually we can start the game. For example, you can pick whatever name that you want to pick. Start the game, and here in scene controller, in scene manager, we will use scene controller. As I remember, it should be no, or application scene. Yeah, so basically all of that idea with this, that we should attach this one and refer this button, play button, to this script. Yes, we Oh, I see what the problem, because I named a script one exactly how they name it inside the Unity. So that's why I not receive that reference. So just rename it to manager. For now, it will be manager or menu manager, because we are in the menu and we should manipulate with only menu values. So we'll just name it menu manager, and scene manager here. So as you see, it's Unity Engine .scene management. So that's why. And here we'll load scene 1. So it's a very easy script. We'll save all, return back here, and for sure we will add on the play button. We'll open play button. We'll scroll down to button component, and we will add new item here in the button on click action. And we will drag and drop our manager here. And we will choose here menu manager, and we will choose start the game method here, and we will save the scene right now to include it to build settings, because everything related to build settings here. So we will call it menu. And for sure, I will add one more object here. Awesome horror game logo. Okay, so here we'll move it to the end, but not to button. And for sure, it will be something like placeholder. And I will move it like this. And for sure, I will increase the font size. So we'll have, for right now, we'll have it like this. Here. Okay. That's fine. Right now, it's enough. It's enough for us to add this scene to build manager, because without build manager, without adding this one to scene list in build manager, we cannot move forward. I will show you the example of the error. I know that today, unfortunately, we don't have enough errors for you to handle the errors. And right now we'll have one, because we pressed on this, and momentarily, instantly, in the bottom part of the screen, we have this scene with build index 1 couldn't be loaded because it has not been added to the active build profile. So we have the same error in console in the bottom tab. So here we will see that, and for sure we will resolve it. We'll resolve it because we are not added these scenes to scene profile at all, to scene list. So here we will add this, add open scenes. So here we have 0. We have sample scene as we have in each project, but when I created this kit, I just removed that. So here we can see deleted, but we can easily remove it. So our menu scene, it will be 0 scene. So we will start the game and we will start loading 0 scene. And for sure in the world, it's our world of our game. It's a scene. We'll do the same thing. We'll open build profiles, we'll add open scene, and we can see that it's indexed with 1. So here menu, it's index 0. Here in world, it's index 1. And in this script, we have load scene and we have this index, like 1. So it's very, very easy. So based on this, we will look at the build profiles, and for sure in the menu, we will place this button and we will go to menu to scene 1. It's a world. So let me start it again here. For sure, as you see, it will expand not so perfect for now because I don't have enough time, and I think it will be not very exciting to watch as I adjust the UI very carefully. Yeah, here. So, but it's nice. It's nice, but it shouldn't act like this. So we will press play, and here we will press on play on the button, and we will have loading. We will load this scene. So now it's more. It looks more like a game. And for sure I will place the one enemy here, and I will show you how to make that enemy move. And I think for today we will over our first webinar. But remember, please remember, it's just a few steps, few sneak peeks how you can create your own game with Unity. So you definitely should, if you want to learn it by me, you definitely should subscribe to our lessons. So if you want to keep moving forward with our journey. So here we will we'll leave it as it is. We'll start with this scene because we need to place our enemy. And for example, we will place our enemy in next room. It will be very funny. And we will open asset store and we will open book head monster. It's something unreal that they have this book monster. It's a book monster, very very funny monster with a book on his head and chains, whatever. We can barely recognize what gender he is or she is or it is, whatever. So we will use this enemy as our this object as our enemy. For sure, this one, it should be body. So we will create empty parent object, and we will call it enemy. We'll call it enemy, and for sure here we will add collider. Collider, it's something that will prevent your in your experience, prevent your to stack with some obstacles and whatever. So definitely our enemy should have his own collider. So it's something like our for our enemy that will prevent him to fall through the floor and whatever. So here we will add one more thing. It's nav mesh agent because we will provide navigation for our enemy through the level. I am not sure that nav mesh agent provides collider itself, but it looks like it is. So we can, for now, we can turn off our capsule collider, and we will stick with nav mesh agent variant of collider, I guess. Okay, so and here we will also create enemy script, enemy new script. And here we will open AI here, tab in Windows, AI navigation. And here we have navigation tab, and we for sure can cool. It's just a little bit weird how they refactor this AI nav mesh updater. Oh, they have already this nav mesh updater with everything here. Nav mesh updater, initialize, convert assets. So here we should see all of that stuff that will provide for us navigation baking. Okay, so right now, as I see, I should familiarize more about how to bake the mesh, because they provide, before Unity 6, they provide some deprecated script to manipulate with baking, because we need to build the path for our enemy to walk, where he can walk, or where we can meet him and whatever. So I guess I will look closely to nav mesh bake in Unity 6. Just one second. It should be very easy, because agents, whatever. Okay, I see. So they decided to use nav mesh surface. So nav mesh surface. Okay, here we have bake. Oh, here it is. And this blue area, it's area where our enemy can move forward. So here we have that gaps between, and I think we should change the object collision collide object by volume, for example. No, it's volume. It's all game object. Okay, so for now we will create this monster and we'll put it to hull, to not cross the rooms or whatever. And for example, right now we will use, in the case of the demonstration, we will create the behavior of our monster to cross just the hull, because it will be very, very boring and very, very long lesson how to make it work as I imagined that. So serializable field, nav mesh agent. Here we have nav mesh agent, and for sure start. Okay, we don't need actually our serializable field, because we will get it through the code. We will get this component. Because as you remember, with flashlight, with drag and drop flashlight itself to the component, and right now through this script we will get this component through the code. So it's very, very easy. So here nav mesh agent, and here we can move it to movement to current position, relative movement vector. So in this case, we will have goal. So here we will use transform goal, and we will move our enemy to this goal. We will drag and drop it, so it's not hard at all. And here we will do it like transform dot position, like goal position minus transform position. And here it's how we will get the difference between transform position and goal position, but we for sure need to take it with magnitude 1. So we'll normalize this value, and for sure, I guess movement I should place to update, because it should move on each frame. So here through this very easy script, I hope it will work right away, because I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, because last time when I used nav mesh agent, it was something like a year ago. I tried to not rely on it very much. For example, this box, it will be the goal. It will be the goal, but goal in another case, it will be the player. It will be the player, so this monster will follow the player and whatever. So here we will play unfocused. Okay, that's fine. This fine, and through this script, I will press on play. Okay, I see. Oh, because we forget to assign it. So you can see this script goal, like enemy, we can set the goal, and I forget to set the goal, and we saw that error here. So we will use that cube. For sure, we will remove collider from this cube because we don't want to enemy to stuck inside this cube. And I hope it will work right away. Yeah. So as you see, it's very in early stage of development, because if you see something like this behavior of your monster, that he almost teleport to you, so you should say to your developers of your game that you should a little bit more put a little bit more effort to developing this game. So we will put this speed to 1, for example. We will have this stopping distance, because this flickering, it's that nav mesh agent cannot understand where it should stop. So it's just move back and forth. And we will press on play here. And I hope, no, it skips. Unfortunately, here we don't have any visual implementation. We don't have any visual things that will confirm my statements for sure. We'll use humanoid. Okay, humanoid, don't want to. So we'll move it like this, but it's everything. It's related to this script. I guess I know what the reason, because I used the same thing that I used here in player script. So it will use move, but we can use nav mesh agent set target, as I remember, set destination. So that's why it doesn't work. We're calculating the direction. It's a different type of movement. If you want to calculate some kind of hard path and whatever, but we can use just goal.position. And with this, you can see confidence in my words, because I remember that part. That part is very, very, very important. And here it will move through the our settings, and we will not worry. Yeah. So you can see that he's even, oh, they add these graphics. So we'll set it again, and you can see this thing. It's a very good, because we can just hide this enemy here, and we will rotate him here, but he will turn to our object after we will press start. So you can see that he is slowly moves to the destination, and this cube is destination for this monster. And for sure, we can a little bit increase his speed. So yeah, and he stopped. He stopped here, and we can for sure, while we in play mode, we can move the cube, and actually we can control this monster. And for sure, you can see that this monster moves without any kind of animation. I included the animation inside this asset store, like zombie animation pack. So we can use this zombie with the animation, like chase, whatever. We can check it. We can just drag and drop a monster here, as I remember. No, I guess we can't. I guess we can't. Because this monster should have animator here. Animator here. And we will just drag and drop here, animator. Demo, a zombie demo. And I guess it should be ready. But this animation controller, it was not created by me, so I'm not sure. Okay, so yes, we should set up it a little bit more to force it to work. Because maybe it's even not supported by this kind of model. I don't know. Yeah, you can see that it's not rigged animation, not rigged model, I guess. No, it's rigged. It's rigged, but we can stop with this right now. Or maybe if I will tweak it like this, it will work. We have that chance if we are good enough. No, unfortunately. So you see this thing, so I need to convert avatars and do everything like this. So yeah, but for now it's very, very good result, because you can just move from your from your room, and you can see this enemy that move forward without any animation, for sure. But it's very, very good progress to create your own game, and you can repeat these all steps and look at this webinar in the recording, and you can achieve the same result that I have right now. And for sure, I guess we will stop on that. Just to make sure, press on save on each kind of iteration when you are developing. It's very important. And I think Yeah, that's all. So as you remember, I will mention it again. We developed the menu, and in the menu we can press on play. For sure, I will enable the sound because we added sound. In the menu, we don't have any sound, but on press play, we have that sound here. And for sure, we have that monster that moving forward and ignoring me because he not smart enough. He is not smart enough to understand. He just chasing this cube for sure. But with animation, with everything else, it will be more interesting, more exciting to develop the games like this. So I hope you will stick with me. You will stick with our awesome course with horror gaming development and everything else that you will want to cover for sure. So from this perspective, I guess I will open the chat. Yes, so Oksana shared with you links for Unity download and for JetBrains Rider. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Andrew, for
You're welcome.
your sharing your I can't believe that it's possible to do all of this stuff by yourself, by your own. It's really cool. It's really exciting. I think that it's let me move host from you to
Yes,
me.
sure. So guys, if you have any question, and I hope that it was not so overwhelming for you to look at all of that stuff, because I know based on my experience it can be very overwhelming, very interesting at the same time. So I hope we'll move forward with you. You will subscribe to our course. So yeah, I will give a right to speech to Oksana.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. It's really exciting. How long, like, I have a question. How long is it possible to start your like doing some stuff that you showed us? Like, I mean, from zero, like how long it should
Um,
take?
if you will move forward by yourself without any kind of guidance, you can spend years for that. But I guess in our course that will at least 3, 4, 5 months. You can achieve all of that result, and you will have your own perspective, your own view to all of that processes. You will have your own imagination in the technical boundaries of what you can create, what you can provide to other to play and whatever. So yeah, I have an experience in Unity with 8 years, but for sure you can achieve that with right guidance for months. So I think it's not a problem at all.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I agree that you can join our course and you can start doing the same things like really quick. And let's um, let's talk again about what the point to start the career in game dev Unity course with black screen. So we will teach you how to make games from scratch. We'll prepare you for the job interview, and the price is consist of not only the course, not only the lessons. It's also consists of a career coach who will support you in order you find a job, and you will get a project on our course. And how much do Unity engineers earn? So junior, you can see that this salary starts from 100K a year. The middle engineers can earn starting from 150K a year, and senior engineers can start working with salary like 200K a year. I think that it's really exciting. So you can create the games, like playing and making really good money. So if you go to indeed.com, you can find like such jobs as game director, gameplay engineer, and you can see their salary. So you can even start with, if you're like just finish the course, you can start earning like not too small money at all. Like starting, like you can see on the screen the salary like from 65 to 150,000 a year, and from 700 to 1,000 $100,000 a year. So the average salary in the year is about $153,000 per year. I think that's really cool. It's really cool when you can play games, when you can build them. It's kind of creative like process. So, and you can learn game dev and get an offer with our course from zero to new profession in 16 weeks. It's ideal for adults and teenagers from 15 plus years old. Everyone learns a new profession together. So what's included, as I mentioned before, we have a career coach and program where you can you will participate in mock interviews and receive personalized feedback to improve your technical and behavioral interview skills. You will get your own job strategy. You will build your resume, and we will help you with all of this. So you don't have to worry about this stuff, how to build resume, where to find your first job. And the course starts on March 17th. Sorry, sometimes I have technical problems or problems with internet, I suppose. So let me share my screen. So um, Game Dev Unity is for adults and for teenagers starting from 15 years old. You will learn the basics of C# programming and the many ways it connects to Unity. You will also create a sturdy foundation in Unity development, granting you the freedom to create any game of your dreams. You'll also walk away with 2 projects ready for a personal portfolio. So, and what kind of games? You will be able to make anything from a casual puzzle game to a multiplayer shooter game, to even your own epic RPG adventure with this foundation. How many games will be in your portfolio after? So you will have at least 2 games. So you also launch your own games. So at least you will have 2 games. What you should know to get the first job. We will help you to build a great portfolio, background check, references, knowledges and skills, preparing for the coding interview questions. And so what you need to choose, why you need to choose game dev and black screen school, it's 100% live classes, so it's not records. You will get records anyway, but you can attend the lessons like free lessons, so you can ask the questions. We have small groups up to 10 people, so you will have like kind of really small personal close classes, so you can ask a lot of questions. You can work like the teacher. He will pay He will give you a lot of attention during the class. You will get a lot of practice, and you will also get best instructors. All of them have relevant experience and work as game dev in IT companies in US. So, and as a result, you will find out how to make strong command of C sharp. You'll understand the principles of game programming, and you will be able to create and customize graphical interface elements. In the result, you will also impart processing skills and display of results on the screen. You will understand the principles of code organization and structuring, and Unity 3D is one of the most used game engines in the world. It's also used to create virtual reality. And you will bring your first 2D or 3D game to life. You'll shape immersive worlds. You'll deep into your understanding of game elements. You will harness the power of the game engine, and you'll master time control, because we also teach how to work in some time management programs and how to work with different projects. So, and this course is absolutely totally for beginners. If you never done game dev before, you will start, so it's no prior coding experience is necessary. So it will be 16 weeks course. All classes are live in Zoom like we have at the moment. The start is on March 17th on Monday. And the cost of the course, you can find it on our website, is $3,999. So you can make one payment or installments payment by using services Affirm or Klarna. There is a program, so you can see there are 16 weeks, and there is like structures that you can take a picture, and you will see like there is like step by step how you're going to how you will have this interesting journey. And so the lessons will be 3 times a week. Every class is about 1 hour, and all our classes live, but we always post a recording right after the end. It's not required for you to attend live classes, but it's on you to watch the recording and do homework. And mentoring sessions, mock interviews, interview coaching, resume building are included as like a job assistance. And you will have a real experience in the end of the course. All project you will practice on will go towards your job experience. And there is a friendly reminder. I think that it's a great opportunity to start joining with the lowest price that we have for today. It's $3,399. And in order to lock the price, you can make a deposit of $47, like a prepayment, and just scanning this QR code. And there is a special offer for today. In the number of students in the group is limited. As I said before, we don't have like we don't make like huge large groups. We work in small groups, so up to 10 people. Usually it's like 5-10 people, so you will have enough of time and attention from like working with a teacher, and in order to get the better job, in order like so you can make a lot of, you can ask a lot of questions, you can work on your project, and you'll have enough time for doing it during 16 weeks the course. So there is what we wanted to share with you for today. Do you have any questions at the moment? I don't see the questions. So thank you very much, Andrew, and thank you very much who was with us this Friday evening and who spent time with us. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Guys, thank you for being with us this Friday evening. I know that it's very hard to set schedule to get some free time at the Friday evening, but still thank you very much, guys.